Tempathang, Nepal. The treacherous trail that connects this remote Sherpa village in the Himalayas to the rest of the world was unusually crowded over the weekend as scores of voters walked for hours across narrow mountain ridges to vote in Nepal's first parliamentary elections since 2006. Young men raced down jagged slopes laughing and listening to songs blaring from their phones. Mothers carried babies in slings and baskets. The night before the election, many camped near the polling station, sharing food and talking politics into the early morning hours. Nepal's Sherpas, skilled mountaineers famous for guiding Western adventurers to difficult summits, have lived on some of the world's most brutal terrain for centuries. While Nepal's neighbors in Asia have experienced decades of rapid growth, the country's experience has been different. Corruption and instability have stalled development in the tiny Himalayan nation, leaving Sherpa villages with limited access to power, healthcare and education. Now many hope Nepal's transition from a monarchy to a federalized republic will bring with it modern basics. Democracy is happiness, one voter said, and happiness is roads. Wanghai Sherpa woke at 4 a.m. Sunday to walk to the polling station. If we vote, there will be development, he said at dawn as he walked along the grueling trail that lies around 75 miles north of Kathmandu, Nepal's capital. Yesterday, many people in the village were asking others to vote. They were saying, "You can't blame the government for not developing the village if you don't vote." Sherpas were among the 2 million Nepalis in the hills and mountains who voted in the first phase of elections Sunday. A second phase of voting will take place December 7 in towns and cities. Elections are held on 2 separate days because Nepal's mountainous geography makes the logistics of voting a challenge. New national and provincial governments are expected to be announced early next year. For Nepalis, the elections are a bright spot after years of instability. In the past 28 years, Nepal has had 26 changes of government. Previous experiments with democracy in the 1950s and 1990s disintegrated. Then came one disaster after another. 10 members of the royal family were shot dead by the crown prince at a dinner party in 2001, a decade-long civil war claimed more than 16,000 lives, and a devastating earthquake in 2015 killed more than 8,000 people and left thousands homeless. Nepal's earthquake, mapping its rippling effect across Asia. Amid such turmoil, elections are a festive event. Sunday's voting saw an estimated 65% turnout of those eligible to vote that day, notably high given low literacy rates and the difficulty in reaching polling stations. Before heading to the polls, Kami Sherpa put on his best suit and hat. "My country is becoming more beautiful today," he said, "so I should also look my best." But for others, enthusiasm for Nepal's future is tempered by experience with past failures. Yanji Sherpa, one of the few who stayed home in Tempathang during polling, said, "They say they'll make roads, give us electricity. They've been saying these things for a while, but nothing happens.